Hey, what's up, universe? It's 11:36 a.m. on Tuesday, June 6th, 2023. It's not even funny. That's totally a defense mechanism. I have received some data that, and it sounds really shitty to even say it that way, because it's really, it means a lot. It means a lot. It's not just data. I mean, it isn't, but it's, this has to do with, and I'm not going to get into it all, I'm really off base. Rightfully so. This has to do with, in my mind, generational wounds, patterns, things that get carried and passed down. And it's easy for me to recognize, and I have no idea what to do. And this actually ties into, when I was thinking about this earlier today, before I received this data. This data is probably maybe 90 minutes old, an hour, something like that. Anyway, so earlier today I was thinking about my own relationship with my mom, and how my own creative essence, it's going to be so hard to kind of convey, given the state that I'm in. There's just this realization that I had today about, I've been coming into this idea about being a creative and an artist and all this kind of thing. These are new connections for me to see myself. And just today, yesterday, technically, I started to connect with seeing, this is where my youngest son gets his creativity. I was always where'd you get that? I started to see more of myself in him. It's easy for me to see myself in him, but then I was oh, I get it. I can sense this connection to the creative. I can see how it comes through for him. And it just led me to think about my relationship with my mom and parenting. And, I don't blame my mom. Okay, I need to just state that right off the bat. I don't blame my mom. I don't. Did I blame my mom? Yeah, for a super long time. Totally. I don't blame my mom. I have parented in the formative years of my children, or even well beyond, in much the same way that I was parented. Now, it's not good nor bad. It's not good nor bad. There are things that I recognize in my relationship with my youngest son that totally echo my relationship with my mom. And the data, and I'm not gonna, just out of respect and just boundaries, because I'm not sure what would be I can sense, I guess, what would be respectful to share and not share. The data that I received, though, is very... it has to do with my youngest son and our relationship. And it has to do with the choices that I made, the impacts that it's had, my responsibility towards that, the things that I've attracted into my life, how I've contributed to the experience that I'm having. This data that I've received ties into feelings and visions and dreams that I had when my youngest son was like born. I've never woken up from my sleep like jolted because of a dream. At least on 2 separate occasions when my youngest son was a baby, I had vivid dreams about him that just startled me from my sleep. Yeah. I know this is really disjointed and nebulous and very, like, there's not a lot here to grasp for you guys. It's not always rainbows and unicorns over here practicing this. It's, I still do have the philosophy because part of, learning to relate to the world is to accept what is, you know, and learning my responsibility in that can be a pretty jagged pill. Yeah. And it's curious in a way because before I even received this data, I was posed a question by one of the men from Costa Rica in the group chat about my current situation. And it's a completely valid question. And that prompt brought things up for me around some of the things that I just told you about. That's when I started to think about my relationship to my creativity and just kind of reflecting on my relationship with my mom and parenting and things like that. And I don't talk about my relationship with my mom that much, or my family. Again, yeah, I don't know what to share, what not to share. I'm sure my mom would probably argue, what does it matter at this point in some regard. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm collapsing. I'm having a hard time feeling strong. So I'm gonna do that for a minute, or for a while, or for however long it takes, I guess. Alright. I'm not dropping in and getting grounded on this one, guys. Alright. Thank you. I love you. I am grateful. And I will say that part of the data that I received, man, it can really make me if I allow it, wonder what it's all about, you know? Like, really question my choices. Sorry. Okay. All right, thanks. And I say that because, you know, that when I said that I love you, you know, it has a certain energy when I say it. And when I just said it, it was, it wasn't when I said I love you, it's when I'm grateful. It didn't have the same kind of energy because it's like right now in this moment, there's just a question of like, oh, is it worth it? Like, are the consequences of my actions worth it, you know? Is me seeking my centeredness and groundedness worth the price that I'm paying? That I have paid. I mean, you know, this isn't the first time I've had to pay for honoring my truth. There's a potential this could be the absolute highest. I just can't get into it. You know, the idea around principles, right? Like, principles are a luxury. You know, there's a price, right? There's a price for that boundary. Okay. All right. I'll be back whenever I come back. Sorry. All right, thank you. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.